then I put like twice as much food, like stole food from other orders, like chicken chow mein. So we had a bunch of food for late night.
The After Show Party Podcast is what it's called.
Almost got it.
The After Party Podcast.
Oh, the After Party Podcast.
Show.
After the show.
One day we'll get it right.
And I'm back.
And Lee Schrager's here.
Yay!
For your dining pleasure.
Thank God Lee Schrager's here. Hey, it's time to get to know Lee a little better.
Oh.
Getting to know you.
Getting
to
to
know
all about
you. Who has a question for Lee Schrager?
Oh, I have plenty.
So many.
Go.
Yeah.
Please. So, Lee, what was your very first job growing up back, I'm assuming during the Depression or prior? The roaring 20s?
In the Depression, was I depressed? Nowhere near.
What was your
I've been
very
through
first...
all of last year, and I'm here.
Okay.
That's Elaine Stritch.
Of course.
We are the ladies who lunch.
Here's to the ladies who lunch. Aren't they the best?
Is this a gay thing?
I deliver, yes.
What is this? Okay.
You deliver newspapers?
I delivered newspapers.
That was your first job?
I delivered Newsday on Long Island in Massapequa. They came to your house and they dropped them like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I would deliver them every morning before school. And it was when it was really cold and, freezing cold and snowy, my mom would take me in the car and I would throw the papers out the window. And Alex Baldwin was on my paper route, and he still owes me money, which I have to remind him.
Really?
They still owe me $1.
Have you ever had that conversation with him in passing?
Every time I see him.
And what does he say?
How often do you see
he says,
him?
do not ask me for the $1. I mean, it was 55 years ago.
Oh, so
the problem is,
inflation.
If he paid you the $1, the bit would be over.
That's true.
So,
yeah, no.
Okay.
Every time I see him, I tell him he owes me $1.
I did the same thing with penny savers when I was a kid. That was my first gig, and I remember, I think I got in trouble because I used to throw them out of the car, and they would
I
land
love
in
penny
places,
saver.
bad places. They would land.
Then I worked at a Chinese restaurant on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So 4 hours, and I made $12 a night.
What'd you do?
Pack Chinese food. It was a takeout only.
Big game.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, and you know what we used to do? My friends would put an order in, like under their name, that I would know, and then I put like twice as much food, like stole food from other orders, like chicken chow mein. So we had a bunch of food for late night.
Yeah.
Wow. Therefore, they went out of business.
And hence, no, they're still there.
What's the name of the place?
I think it was called Quang Ming, M-I-N-G, Quang Ming.
And that was Long Island as
that
well?
Was Long Island, yeah. I delivered that. Then I worked at Swenson's Ice Cream Parlor.
I used to work at Baskin Robbins.
I love Baskin Robbins mint chip. That's
Swenson's
still
had the
one of
cookie,
best
the little
mint chips.
triangle cookie.
Which one?
That came from that studio.
Swenson's had the triangle cookie that went in the sundae. It was my favorite, that place.
Oh, I did. Is that what they were called? I remember you had to put it on that. Yes, you're
When he
absolutely
worked
right.
this is before they invented cookies.
Jesus.
No, I did that. And then when we moved to Florida, I worked at Winn-Dixie.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the grocery store?
Yeah.
Grocery store. And we were, I started work in the middle of summer. We had just moved down to Florida. I was 15. And my first day on the job, they gave me a razor. I'm like, please, they want me to slit my wrists already? They didn't even know me. And then they gave me, I had to scrape bubble gum off the floor of Winn-Dixie for a summer.
No wonder they gave you a
How much
raise.
did they pay for
I
that?
don't know, but we were like really growing up, if I wanted anything, I had to work for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good.
I have to tell you, we didn't get a free ride.
And you're still that way. You're somewhat
You know,
grounded. I mean, no, you'd never know about talking to him, but he really is a grounded.
What made you get into food? Like, where'd this
my
come
mom
from?
was a great cook. And not an exciting cook because my father was very, very steak and potatoes. But my mom was always creating, always sampling and cooking different things for the kids. And that was my love of food. My mom was a really good cook.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lee Schrager is here. We're asking him questions. May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I'm actually on the tail end of Danielle's. How did you move beyond wanting to get into food and actually getting into food? I know you studied and you also went into hospitality and you actually worked catering for a lot of the big hotels in Miami.
So I graduated school. We moved down to Florida and I did like 10th grade and 11th grade. I graduated in 11th grade, not because I was a smart student, but because I doubled up. And we had shop class, which I don't think they have anymore. Shop with the machine.
Wood shop.
Yeah, and I hated it. I was deathly afraid of the machine. I thought I was going to cut my fingers off.
No.
And my mother came in and told the principal that I couldn't go into shop class, that I was traumatized, and that she got me into home ec. And I excelled in home ec. And I had a teacher named Linda Darnell who told my parents during an open house night that their son should really go to the Culinary Institute of America, which we didn't. My parents didn't know what that is, and I got into the CIA. And that was really my love of, catering. That was my love of food, going to the Culinary Institute of America. So and we'd never seen the school. We couldn't afford, my parents couldn't take me up to school. So I went there by myself, and I was just turned 17. So I was a really young student. I was with Anthony Bourdain. Anthony and I were classmates.
Bourdain?
Wow.
Yeah, Anthony and I were Bourdain. Yeah. He actually wrote the foreword to my first book. So Anthony and I were friends for many, many years. Wow. And so going to the CIA, I never wanted to be a chef. I wanted the CIA. But I never wanted to be a chef. I wanted the background of that. But I did chef for many years. I mean, I worked, as Elvis said, for a very fancy caterer in New York City called Glorious Food. And then I worked with Donald Bruce White. Then I worked for Eli Zabar at EAT on Madison Avenue. Then I opened up Dean and DeLuca downtown on 121 Fifth Street.
The big Dean and DeLuca.
Yeah, I worked there. And that's kind of the beginning of my life, going from Dean and DeLuca on Prince Street when it was brand new. And then when they opened the store in East Hampton, they brought me out to East Hampton. And that's my love affair began in the Hamptons, by being out there. And it's how my friendship with, you hear me talk about Edie Beale sometimes. That's how I met Edie Beale, by living in the Hamptons.
Do you guys remember we did that big event?
By Edie Beale, do you know who that is?
No idea.
Oh, my God. Grey Gardens?
The Grey Gardens, the mother and daughter that lived in the house falling apart in East Hampton.
Have you not watched Grey Gardens on TV?
No.
Is this another gay thing?
Actually,
okay.
It's turned out to be
a gay cult.
Okay.
But watch it.
I'm sure it's great.
I hate to breathe. I just got to try to explain what he's saying.
Do you remember Dean and DeLuca when we did that big event with them? Because Felicity, remember the show Felicity?
Yes.
It was huge with Dean and DeLuca, and so we broadcast live from a Dean and DeLuca.
They closed one down just for us.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, well, now they're all closed down because of you.
Lee Schrager. Lee Schrager's here. We're asking questions. Yes, Scary.
You're a food guy. What food trend do you wish would just disappear? With all the food trends out there that have gone viral, is there something that comes to mind?
We were talking about it, earlier in the live show. I hate reviewers. I hate people who write negative things about restaurants. I do. I just would never write, if I go to a restaurant, if I don't like it, I just don't talk about it. I would never, ever write something about. I just think that everyone should go in and try a meal. Like, you go to a restaurant and sometimes there's no one there. Doesn't mean it's not good. It means maybe they're a quiet night, or maybe they are bad. But I wouldn't walk away from that. And I have friends who would walk away. So I don't like the trend of everyone being a critic. I don't think that they're, I'm not knowledgeable enough to review a restaurant, and they certainly aren't. So I wish that would go away.
And a lot of restaurants do become very, very trendy because of all the wrong reasons.
Absolutely. But I think, I hate when I read a bad review about a restaurant, especially a mom and pop restaurant. Think something going viral can kill a restaurant.
Destroy their
it's a horrible
income.
industry. It's hard to make money as it is in that business.
Yeah.
So let's let that die.
Let
food
it
reviews.
die along with.
What are your thoughts on a turducken?
Do you know what a turducken is?
Of course I do. Turkey, duck, and chicken all together.
Right, and in between each layer is a layer of dressing.
Okay.
So it's turkey. You flatten it out, no bones. A layer of stuffing.
I think the duck is in the
chicken.
middle. The duck is because
the
it's
duck's
the
in the
smallest.
middle. Same thing.
The turkey's
and
the
then
big one.
Yeah, the turkey's the big. So it's 3 layers. Have you ever had it?
No, I have not.
Oh my God,
It's great.
delicious.
If it's done well.
Really?
Oh my God.
You slice it and it's beautifully.
Oh,
it looks beautiful.
It's no bones. So it is so delicious. Done correctly. And you can order them. There's a company in New Orleans called Butcher Block or Butcher Board. And I think it's like $129, and they're really great.
I never heard of it.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
well, then for dessert, you get the pie caken.
Oh,
You-
God.
That's a trend I wish went away.
The pie and the cake.
caken?
Yeah, I don't like the pie cake.
I just don't love that they named this thing and it begins turd. I feel like
It's turd.
Turducken.
It's turd.
Well, it is turd.
Turd.
It is turd.
Turducken.
She's got to put. It is.
Oh, you're right.
It's
Right.
turd. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
just feel like they
God.
could have done better with that.
They could have gone a duck. I'm sure they could.
Anything
You have
else?
to do it in the,
Yeah,
in the
I
order.
don't think
it's-
thought about
You
that.
have to do it in the order
I
it's
don't think
layered.
that's
You
ever
can't-
come up before.
You have to do it in the order it's layered. So it has to be turducken, or you can do.
What about a chiductor?
I don't know.
I guess it could have been anything.
We
I
love our
it.
time with Lee Schrager. Lee Schrager, everyone.
Yeah,
The latest member to join our show.